Greetings, Grandfather. Now I know a great many of you are worried about the global economy, the economy in general, world conditions, and the list is long, eh? To say nothing of how you and your family and your friends are going to get along in the world. How is it possible in these times with so many people and only so many resources, eh? How is it possible? It is not really going to be a job for most of you to determine how it's possible. For those of you following this work, that is really quite extensive. The books, the blogs, the written ones, the videos here. It is about magic. And I don't want to hear any more complaints. The internet is dotted these days with people with the best of intentions putting out words and ideas that are essentially hitting the panic button. But you are living in a time when the capacities of magic to create benevolently for all beings is significantly more influential than at any other time on earth for the last 10,000 years. So, let's get on with it. I'm talking to you who are advanced, who have done these things, but I'm also talking to you who are new to this. I'm not going to try and convince you of anything. If you want to just go along and be led by this group or that group that says this terrible thing is going to happen or that terrible thing is going to happen, it's up to you. But if you want to be supported, I'm not going to lead you, but if you want to be supported by a grandfather and other beings that come to you, Robbie, in a benevolent way to support all beings, as you may have noticed if you've read the books and so on, then you've come to the right place. This is a time now when people are getting more conscious, and sometimes that makes you nervous. You don't know what that is. You might have sort of like a vibration inside of you. What is that? It might make you nervous. For those of you who don't know what to do about that, if it's uncomfortable, do something physical. Go out and go for a brisk walk. If you like to jog or run, do that. If you like to exercise, do that. But I'm going to tell you what it's about. You all, every single one of you on earth, no exceptions, you all reside on a full-time basis on other planets, in other places, in short, as your total spirit soul being. But you are temporarily visiting Earth in a physical body to understand how the dynamics of physical creation take place. If you want to know more about that, you can read some of the Explorer Race books. But I'm not here to pitch anything to you. And you don't have to catch it either. I'm just here to let you know that I will instruct you in this video, to say nothing of the previous videos, how you can influence the world benevolently now to improve the economic condition, to improve the economic situation in your part of the world, to improve the economic situation in your family, to improve your own. I don't want to hear any more complaints. You have been trained in this material. You are empowered. You are not some poor soul who just wanders around and doesn't know what to do. You are empowered, and I'm going to empower you further. If you are just beginning, then stay with living prayer or benevolent magic and practice the energy methods that are described in the blogs, the written blogs. And go get the free book download at the Sedona Journal site. We'll put a link up somewhere about that if you haven't already seen it. All right? But today, I want to give you simple and more complex things you can do, because the world economy is going to get a lot better next year. However, you are going to bring it about. I'm not going to always wave my magic wand and things will get better. It's up to you to act not only physically, but to act spiritually and to utilize your spiritual abilities that you were born with, every one of you. And regardless of the culture you're living in, you still have it. So, let's start small. And really, living prayer and benevolent magic is not so small, but it's easier to do. So, for starters, this is what to do. First, ask for all the most benevolent energies that are available for you to be all around you and all about you. Then wait. Some of you will feel an energy come up, especially the advanced students. Others, if you don't feel anything, wait about 20 seconds. It's all right to glance at the clock, in this case. Then say, I request that my financial fortunes improve greatly now in the most benevolent way for me and result in the most benevolent outcome. Then pause for a moment. For me. We pause so that it can affect others benevolently. If at any time saying those words exactly the way I said them, all right, and I know that'll be a struggle for some of you who do not speak the language, but try to do that in English, because it will absolutely work in English, okay? And if you can't manage it, then you'll have to try to translate it, and you might have to say it 14 or 15 different ways to get it right. But every time you say it, meaning in your language, not that there's anything wrong with your language, but the language of the channel, Robbie, is English, so I must speak that way. So, they will work as stated in English. But if at any time there is a surge of energy, pause while you're saying the words until that fades a bit. That's the light beings, the angels, all kinds of benevolent beings helping to bring it about. Then go on with the words. If it happens more than once, just pause every time till you get to the end. And if you feel a strong energy at the end, wait until it fades. And don't do much for the next hour or two. If you have to go to sleep, then go to sleep. But don't do much for the next hour or two, because the energy will sort of come and go to help bring it about. So it might help to have a block of time, as people say. Now, the reason you pause a little bit at the end is so that it can help others. Now, some of you are reasonably well off, or you have a good job and you're doing all right. Maybe you have a few dollars in the bank and so on. That's fine. And even so, I want to give you instructions on how to improve the economy, yours and others, in a living prayer. Because in a living prayer, we do that to help other people, and it can include you as well. Sometimes it can be just for you. So, doing the preamble first, where you say, I am asking that all the most benevolent energies that are available for me be all around me and all about me now. And I will refer to this as the preamble many times. You know what to do, wait. If you feel strong energy come up, wait until it fades. And then say, as a living prayer, I am asking that all the beings I know and cherish, and all who live in this house and beyond, and all who reside in this land and beyond, now have greatly improved financial condition and well-being in their lives, and be surrounded by well-being in the lives of others. And may this all happen in the most benevolent way. Now, pause. For all beings. All right? You can pause at the end. I'm pausing briefly. But you can pause at the end for as long as you like, but no longer than 5 minutes. All right? I recommend no longer than 1 minute. But some of you will have such a surge of energy come up that it might be 5 minutes. Don't look at the clock. When I said before you can look at the clock, that was an exception. Don't look at the clock if the surge of energy comes up. But when it fades, then say, for all beings. And another surge of energy might come up. All right? Now, some of you have been doing true magic, and I want to give you something for that. Okay, we're going to push on here. No more complaints. It's all about empowerment. The books, the blogs, the videos is all about empowerment for you and all beings. Always remember that. Now, true magic. You know what to do. Go out to that spot on the land where you work normally, where you have permission to be. If you're not around home, then find some other place where you have permission to be and where you can do the work. There'll be a link to remind you of the procedures on whatever blog this gets posted to besides YouTube. All right? So, when you get there, stand and face the north. Roughly. It doesn't have to be due north. Just roughly the north, as far as you can figure. Then, raise your arms up over your head as best you can. If you cannot do that, and perhaps you're in a wheelchair, then you can do this. With your elbows on the arms of the wheelchair, just do this, okay? You see what I'm doing? Okay? Like that. Put your hands together with your fingers and thumb moved out, separated, okay? But if you can stand there and raise your arms over your head, put your hands together in a slightly different way. I will show you. So you will have to do this on the basis of feel, all right? Not quite like for people in wheelchairs, okay? More like this, all right? Like this, see? Hopefully that will come out. Then, when you do that, okay, one more time, like that, you see? Then, slowly lower your hands and arms to each side so that they touch the sides of your legs or hips, okay? Then, looking in the direction with your eyes open, this is all with your eyes open, then say, I am asking that all the most benevolent energies that are available for me, including the most benevolent energies of Mother Earth, be all around me and all about me now to support this work I shall do. It's all right to copy these words down and read them if you have to. Ideally, in some way that's right in front of you. Do not hold an iPad. Somebody asked if that was okay. No. But if you have something that you can set in front of you, or even, no, I think we'll change that. Put something between your fingers to read the words, like this, okay? Hold your hand like that and hold the words. You want to hold it like that, okay? There's a reason you don't hold it like that, okay? Between these two fingers. So write it on stiff paper. And when you're done with it, anytime you're done reading something like that, I don't expect you to remember all these words. Then fold it up and put it in your right pocket, okay? So wear a pair of pants with pockets or something that has a pocket, all right? The other things that have words written on them, you keep them in your left pocket, okay? Now, then, after having said that, you hold your arms out in front of you, all right? Straight in front of you, just like this. Not like this, just like this, all right? Using the computer camera here, we just do the best we can to give you the impression of what this looks like. All right. And with your arms held straight out there, I will say something very brief so you can perhaps memorize it. I am asking that my finances and the finances of all beings improve now greatly in the most benevolent way. Pause. When you feel the energy come up, wait. If you don't, pause. About 10-15 seconds. Don't look at a clock. For me now, and for all beings. Like that, okay? Then, hold that position for as long as feels right to you, especially you advanced students. And for those of you who are easily inspired, perhaps, and can feel it, hold it as long as feels right. And when it feels time to let go, bring your arms back to your sides. All right. You had your eyes open all this time, okay? And let your arms hang loosely at your sides. Look down at the ground in front of your feet. Look up into the sky. The sun happens to be right overhead, close your eyes. All right. If you're doing it at night and the moon is overhead, your eyes can be open. Then, looking down at the ground slightly, make 2 complete rotations to the left, ending up facing roughly north, the position you were in when you started. Then, take your hand like this in the wand position. You students who go to the blogs know what that is, all right? And do this, all right? Put it on your face, just like that, and say, I am particularly asking for what I am doing today to be effective in the most benevolent way for me now, and, pause, for all beings. Then you're going to put your arm down and relax. Take a few breaths. They don't have to be deep breaths. Just a few breaths, 2 or 3, whatever feels good to you. Some of you will have had a tremendous surge of energy. Wait until it passes. And it'll still be there a little bit. You don't have to wait until it's completely gone. And then, look up at the sky, with your arms at your side loosely. Look down at the ground. All right? Then, take 3 side steps to the left, looking down at the ground to make sure you're not stepping on anybody, dog or cat or what have you. Other smaller creature, if you can help it, don't step on anybody. If they were there, you can be sure they were helping you. Be very impolite to step on them. And then make a 1/4 rotation to the left and take 6 side steps to the left. Then make a 1/4 rotation and pause for about half a minute. Then, rotating to your left, turn until you are facing the direction you need to go. Then go and sit down someplace. Don't operate a car or any heavy machinery or anything that's sharp or has blades or any machinery at all that might be hazardous in some circumstances for at least 2 hours. If somebody has driven you to this place, don't talk to them. Quiet. If they're there, they are not to be listening to music. They can just sit quietly and do nothing. For some of you, this might be a challenge to sit quietly and do nothing. But since this whole thing will now take much more than 5 minutes for most of you, and perhaps 10 or 15 minutes for some of you, it's not too much to ask. Afterwards, if this person who has driven you there, wherever you are, is still there, they can listen to music if they want to, but only in something that has earphones. Must be very quiet, and if they are listening to music only, not playing games, not texting, nothing like that, they must be at least 30 feet away from you. 50 feet would be better, because you have to sit quietly only and try not to think for at least 20 minutes. Half an hour would be better. After that, you can have something to drink. You might be thirsty, but try not to drink anything unless it is perhaps a sip, just a very small sip of water. All right? Some good fresh water. Bottled water would be fine. You can do that right after you sit down, wherever it is you're sitting down, on the grass, on a chair. Try not to sit on something metal. Something wood would be best. If there's a rock there that looks comfortable, that's fine. A log on the ground, something like that, that's fine. For the next hour and a half, because you need to just be there, around the energy. And by the way, it's all right if cows or dogs or cats walk through the general area where you were in. It probably wouldn't be good for people to walk through there for the first 5 minutes that you leave it. So your driver, if you have one, might want to shoo people away. That's why sometimes it's good to do this in a remote area or someplace where you can keep little children from going in there. It cannot hurt them, but it can make people forgetful for 15 minutes or so afterwards. They might forget who they are, where they're from, why they're there. In other words, they might get spacey. Okay? So, remember, you are doing this not only for yourself, but for all peoples. It's important to remember that this work is ultimately in support for all peoples, as well as all beings. So don't get too far into it if you don't feel that way. Now, for the next hour and a half, you can just relax. You can have a little something to eat. If somebody drove you out there, they can join you. Make it something simple and easy to digest. You can have simple conversation for the last half hour of that time. Nothing dramatic, no arguments. All right? You can keep it simple. You don't have to talk. And your friend, whoever drove you, no texting, no talking on the phone, nothing. But they can listen to whatever they want to in music. Okay? They're listening to whatever they want to in music. They are to be at least 30 to 50 feet away from you. If that's for the whole 2 hours, then so be it. After that, they can drive you wherever you need to go. If you do not have a driver, then just relax as best you can. And take whatever means of transportation to wherever you need to go. Try not to talk to people other than hello, like that. Be friendly, a friendly hello, that's fine. All right? For some of you, after 4 to 6 hours, when you're done with this, it'll be fine to talk to whoever you need to talk to. About whatever. Try to keep it benevolent, though, for 4 to 6 hours. After that, if you want to watch sports and get excited and whatever, that's fine. So, there's more. I gave some training a while back about deflecting things, meteors, things like that. Possibly could be used to deflect hurricanes and other storms, but one cannot always count on it working. Ultimately, you're asking for the cooperation of all beings when you're doing deflection. So when you're doing deflection, know that it may work, it may not work, because if Mother Earth needs to wash and scrub someplace, as she does with a hurricane, also called a typhoon or a cyclone, then she will have to do that. And you may have to move to higher ground. So, there's that. There's a little review. But for those of you who are able to just do the energy, all right, this is not about deflecting. All right, remember, this is about improving the global financial condition for all beings, including yourself, of course. Then, this is what to do. First, ask for all the most benevolent energy, the preamble, to be all around you and all about you okay? Ask it the way I said. First ask for all the most benevolent energy. I'll do it. That is available for you, to be all around you and all about you, including the energy available from Mother Earth and all the planets in the solar system and all the suns connected to, working with, and supporting the sun in the sky, meaning the sun. Okay? Then wait. If and only if you feel an energy come up, then focus on the sun. Don't look at it. All right? Just focus on it in your mind's eye. You know what it's like. You know what it looks like. Close your eyes. Focus on the sun. The sun gives, it provides, it radiates. It gives to you. You're used to being shined on by the sun. You're totally used to, all right, receiving the sun. For you as an individual, earth person, I'm leaning forward. This is important, eh? Always know that the sun for you is all about receiving. Never forget that. Then, picturing the sun in your mind's eye, say this: I am asking that my financial condition, the financial condition of my friends, family, and neighbors, improve vastly now to become greater and more beneficial for us all, including all beings on the planet that engage in any financial interactions, and that this all occur in the most benevolent way for us all. All the while, you understand, you'll be feeling that energy. So, it's all right. Hold the words between these two fingers, like before, curled up like that, and read them. And when you're done reading those words, the energy comes up, then pause, right? When you're done reading those words, fold it up and put it in your right pocket. Remember, everything in your left pocket, so put everything in order where it comes to words. And just stay there. Wherever you are, you can be sitting in a chair, you can be at home, you can be standing out in the land. It doesn't matter. This work can be done anywhere. And just wait until the energy fades. Try not to do anything complicated or have arguments for at least a half hour. After that, try to live as simply and uncomplicated as possible for another hour, and then go on with your life. Now, I don't want to hear anybody say in the future, I feel disempowered, how come you don't empower me? All right? This site is about empowerment. But empowerment has nothing to do with power over others. It has to do with responsibility for the benevolence in your life and in the life of others. It's all about responsibility. So, as I said before, don't get involved in the more advanced work unless you feel you want to help. And you're not going to feel that way all the time. Even the most benevolent of you. Sometimes you're going to be grumpy. That's life. Other times you're going to be tired. Other times you're going to have to eat. In short, you're going to have to live your life. But when you're feeling more benevolent towards all peoples, or even just benevolent for yourself and your friends or your family or both, then you can do these things. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but I need to remind you, don't get caught up in all of the things people are saying that gloom and doom is here. Really, I'm not trying to lecture those of you saying these things. I know, and you know, perhaps you know, maybe you don't, that the reason you are putting those things out is to help people to shift gears and to do things that are empowering to change it. I don't encourage you to get involved to change the weather in benevolent ways if it wasn't intended. Magic is normal. It is absolutely normal every place but on Earth for human beings. But all the animals do magic. All the portions of Mother Earth do magic. I am simply reminding you of something that is natural and native to you as a soul spirit. And it is something that you can do now. So, that's your homework. Good life.